Hey, it's Adam with Tech Dive AV Club, and today I have a confession to make. I don't use bins as much as I should when I'm editing, especially editing large projects. Now, just like in real life, a bin is something that can help you keep all your bits and bobs organized and have a successful and easy time doing something. Same is true with editing. So today we're going to talk about all the amazing tools Vegas has given you to use bins. If you're like me, you just throw everything in your project and you get started, but sometimes, especially with a bigger project, it's worth the investment to sort everything out in your bins and tag everything and use all these amazing tools that we just skip over half the time. So unless you want to be like me and have your desk look like this, I suggest we listen up and we start using some bins. Hey, it's Adam with Tech Dive AV Club, and we're in Movie Studio 16 Platinum, and I'm just going to do something. I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff in here. Now, I want to talk about bins and how we can use bins. So if you've seen my tutorial on using the trimmer, you can already know a lot of helpful ways to take long clips, cut them up into pieces, and rename them very quickly with the video trimmer tool. But that's not what this video is about. So pretending you've done that, or you've got a bunch of clips like this or something like that, then you can actually further improve your productivity by using bins. And so there's really cool things you can do with bins. First off, this is all media. When you select it, this is what's by default. This is how you easily see everything inside of your project. So this is everything that's ready to be thrown to the timeline right now. I can just grab it, throw it to the timeline right then. So now if I want to label this stuff, some of the stuff's images, some of it's video and things like that, what you can do is you can actually go to custom bins, right click and hit create a bin, and then you can name this anything you want. So let's say you want to start putting things in that bin. It doesn't remove things from all media. Remember, this is a category. All media will always have all the media. So now that I've created this bin, you see it's empty. When you select it, you don't see anything. If you go back to all media will always be all of your media. But if you grab, let's say this image, and I want this particular image to be in the anything bin, I can drag it there. It did not move, right? You can still see it in the all media. But if you go back to the anything bin, which you'll only see if you have a plus button right here, go back to the anything bin, you will see it in the anything bin. Now, if you go to all media again, you can grab more of them and drag them in there, and now you can see how could be really helpful, because if you did something like all the outside shots or all the shots with bicycles in it or whatever, you could create these custom bins to really get everything sorted in a way that you can quickly edit your project. Now, if we go back to all media, what if I grab this capture and I also put it in, I'm going to create another bin. And then I'm going to call this captures. And then I'm going to go back to all, hit the wrong button there. Hit all media and then grab it here at the name and drag it to captures, and then boom, here we go. So now there's a really cool thing I can do. I can actually go to this storyboard bins. Now you have to have this plus to see the main timeline. This main timeline will quickly add things to the timeline for you. So let's say we go to anything's bins and I want picture to the main timeline. Is not synchronized with the main timeline storyboard is not synchronized with the timeline. The operation you're trying to perform cannot be completed until you refresh your storyboard. Do you want to refresh it now? I'm going to say yes. This will synchronize this to the timeline. I'm going to hit automatically synchronize main timeline to storyboard. Yes. So that if that's not already done, you do want to hit yes to that option. So if you grab image, you can grab this image here and drag it to your main timeline, and look, it adds to the timeline. And then you can go to captures, add this to the timeline, and then this is the first video project, so it's asking if I want to base it off that, and I say yes because I do. And then I go to back to anything, and I want to grab the second image, and I go to main timeline. Now you can see here I have the image, a long video, and the image. Well, what if I don't want that video to be so long? I can actually just trim it right here in the timeline. And you can see just by clicking and dragging on the photo itself, it'll show you I'm actually cut out the end. So a lot of editing is just sorting your stuff, putting it on a timeline, and cutting out the beginning that has everybody preparing to start the shot or whatever, and the end, which has everybody turning the camera off and stuff. You can just cut the beginning off, cut the end off, throw it on here, and boom, now you've got a clip. Now we have a rough cut. We have everything put together for a rough cut. You still got to do the audio leveling and some J cuts, maybe things like that. But you have a project that's starting to come together, and it's all just because you've sorted everything and you've drug it to your main timeline. So another thing you can do, if you're looking for a certain kind of media, what you can do is right-click your all media and hit search media bins, and it'll search everything. And you can search all sorts of things. Now tags, you don't have tags as far as I know in Movie Studio. You only have tags in Pro. But you can search by any of these things. Bitrate, depth, modify, size, or whatever. We're going to do by name. And let's see, a lot of these contain the word image. So if I have contains and I say image, now all these that say image and nothing that doesn't will be part of this search. And you can even add conditions and make this more complicated. And then hit search, boom, now I have search results for image, and so I have everything that contains the name image in the name, which is a great way to quickly pull out something if you have tons of stuff in all the bins and you really don't know where your one clip is or where all those series of clips are or pictures or whatever you're looking for. So let's say that you don't know quite the clip you're looking for, you don't remember where you put it, you just remember it's one of the audio clips, or it's one of the video stills, or it's one of the video clips. I just want to search through that really quick. You can actually hit this plus button right here by the media type, and it just sorts your media by type. Here's all your audio, which we can add some audio, and you'll see it there. We can arm for record, okay, blah, 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 blah. Boom, now we got audio in our audio thing. So here it is in the all media. Now it's just here, so if I know I'm looking for my audio clip, you hit audio right here in this media by type. Here's video, these are the only two video clips we got, and here is stills. And these are all the different stills. That is a very quick way to sort through your media, and this requires no prep work on your part. It's right here all the time. So all media is what you got by default. Media types, it sorts automatically for you. Remember, you can create custom bins that sorts your stuff, and you can use your storyboard timeline bin to create a rough cut just out of your proper names and labelings, even going as far as cutting these down. Now the reason why, this little note before we go, the reason why this continues to follow to the left or right as I add this is because I do have auto ripple selected. If you don't have auto ripple selected, then this will leave a gap. So that is something to keep in mind. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this Movie Studio 16 Platinum tutorial. This has been using bins. I hope this helps everybody out a lot. You guys have been helping me out a lot by watching these videos, liking these videos, becoming patrons, and all sorts of awesome things. I really appreciate it. I love doing these videos. I'm going to try and make a ton more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.